Okay, so I've made some videos about one video about no, some videos about the world of media. The first one I made was a while ago, which was the creation of media in the form of the stone tablets, because media is anything that is written information. So the Ten Commandments was the creation of media by God Himself. God creates the media. I am going to talk about the creation of social media later on, but right now I want to talk about a few things about the world of media that we now have. So I'm just gonna pick some very powerful words that shape the world of media. So the first word is, let's start with the word, because media itself is a whole industry. But what it does is that it creates a way of seeing the world. And this is very powerful because if you don't understand it, then it will make you stand under it. So you have to understand, overstand. To understand is to substantiate it. So by substantiating it, we're acknowledging that the world is made by words. So the words that make up the world of media start with some, all right, we call it media and entertainment. But what entertainment is actually the word called entrainment. So let's go into the dictionary to find the word entrainment. So there are just two books that I generally quote from, which is the Bible and the dictionary, because that's the word and the words. So let's go and look at what we call entertainment is actually entrainment.
Okay, so I have typed entrainment, and there are a few definitions here. And basically, what we call entertainment is the alignment of the organism's circadian rhythm to an external rhythm in its environment. When we're being entertained, it is our body, our minds, our biology that is being aligned to what we're seeing in terms of the external rhythm and the environment. Okay?
So, in the Matrix movie, there's that part where Neo is, the reason why I'm talking about a movie is because when you looked at the definition of entrainment, you see like it's about motions and fluid and all of that. Neo was in a sack of fluid. He wakes up and then he starts talking to Morpheus, who starts telling him about how he is like a slave to that medium, and he is now part of the media, and everything he sees is not real, and he's entrained biologically. His body is being used for the purpose of fueling the media. And they go into this blank space and they start to watch TV. And that's the media, entertainment, in training. So he's actually training him. He ends up training him actually, but then it's just showing how that entertainment or media, he is actually uh, named as a battery biologically, a biological battery. So the purpose of this is not like to yeah, the purpose of this is so that you can actually know the truth, and the truth will set you free from whatever is entraining you. All right, now another word that is associated with this topic is what we call prime. So to prime, all right, to prime, how should we do this? So I'll say, like, because I want to show you the word in the dictionary, not speak it. So let's go into the dictionary and then we'll talk about prime and how the media has what we call prime time.
All right. So here, this word prime has a lot of different definitions, okay? But one of the meanings is first. So, first, this is the first thing, the prime. So, this is the first thing that happens, And then first, excellence and quality and value. And here also lecherous, lewd, and lustful. Okay. And this is another one. I want to show you another meaning of this word. So there's so many meanings of this word, but you have to understand why it's called prime time. Prime time news, prime time hours. And that's the most expensive, that's where the media makes its money, at prime time. And I want to show you the actual word why. All right, it is because of this. So this is actually linked. Oh boy. Uh, okay. This is linked to the fact of entrainment. Did I just lose it? So this is what: to prepare, to make ready, to instruct beforehand, to coach. Okay, this is what it is: to prime. So here, this is called prime. And then this is how it works in your mind when you're primed. Priming is the idea that the exposure to one stimulus may influence a response to a subsequent stimulus without conscious guidance or intention. Priming effect refers to the positive or negative effect of a rapidly presented stimulus on the processing of a second stimulus that appears shortly after.
So to prime is actually generally actually like a term that's used to say that the first thing that is planted within the mind is the one that becomes impregnated with the idea that comes afterwards. So prime time is something that is priming psychologically to say that you're prepared or trained or coached how to react, how to think. This is the reason why it's called prime time. It's the time to prime. So while it's being primed, you're getting the response that you're supposed to have through the media at that particular time, called prime time. And the person who comes at the prime time does what is called anchoring. And anchoring is also another psychological term. And to anchor is like an anchor at a ship, which like puts you in that position, draws you into that position so that you're not able to move. So the anchor person, anchor woman, anchor man, they're called anchors. News anchors come at prime time so that you're prepared, coached, and trained and anchored into that position so that you never move. So the reason I'm saying this is so that you can actually understand what's happening and that you can actually move in the actual direction that is not primed, because this is a, can I say, a psychological trick, a Jedi mind trick that is used at prime time to prime. And to prime is also how you use like arouse an animal so that it is ready to be fertilized. It's called priming. So this is the same way that it works in the mind or in the psychology, and then it becomes anchored through entrainment. So you're trained to do that, and this is how the masses, the crowds, and the people will react in predictable ways because of the media, the power of the media. So the power of the media is so fascinating. The power of the media is also explored in different mediums because they have movies about movies and they also have media about media. For example, the whole show of Succession is talking about how priming works or how it doesn't work or how it can work. It's talking about the fictionalized reality or the reality in fiction. So it's also stuff to do with priming. So you really have to be careful with your mind, because guard your heart with all diligence. From thereof spring all the issues of life. Guard your heart. So this is now, I'll end here with this word, which is called motion pictures or movies. So movies is called to move. To move is a motion. And this is the same word we got when we're saying entrainment. So it's a train of thought, to move. So movies or films are supposed to be filling you with a feeling, filming. So this feeling is the emotion in the emotion that primes you to have a certain movement. So this uh, idea, the notion, is what you get into your heart. Like sometimes you watch a movie and then your emotions, like you just start feeling like crying or something. Like you just get caught up in the emotions because it happens with the film, it happens with the emotion, it happens in the motion picture, it happens in the movie. It's supposed to move you. Move it like I find it so moving. So it's supposed to motivate you. It's supposed to prime you. It's supposed to train you. It's supposed to anchor you. And this is what it does. And this is what it's been doing. And it does this subconsciously. So a lot of people's actions today are not even their own actions. For example, if you let children watch everything that has to do with certain topics, you will see that they will learn those topics because they'll be moved or they'll be filled with those filmings, because that's how it works. It's priming, it's anchoring, it's training, it's coaching, it's entertainment, it's entrainment. So this is why there's that documentary that I posted here about the creation of the American dream and how Hollywood is like creating our view of the world. So basically, the point of this is so that we have the anchor of the true reality, because the truth is what sets us free. But then the moment we start to live in the dream, then we have to be asleep, just like Neo was asleep. This is what we now call the American dream. I've heard of the Chinese dream. I've also heard of the African dream. So these dreams are not real, but it's a dream. It's priming us to have this dream, priming us to go to sleep. And prime time, funny fact is that prime is the first, but then the prime time is the last hour. So it's lasting. So it's the first thing you're gonna see when you close your eyes. That's the dream. So that's how media works. And this is the world of media. So it's very like it's media night. So right now I didn't go into the Bible, but the first video I went into the Bible. This one I'm just going into the dictionaries to show you the world of media with these words of media, which is anchoring, priming, emotions, which is movies, which are supposed to move you, which is films that are supposed to fill you. Filming is filling with the feelings. Like if you're a good actor, you're supposed to fill yourself with the feelings for the film, right? All of those things are done to train, to entertain, to entrain, to prime, and it has to happen at the prime time. So the anchors will also anchor that feeling and that thought. You can also Google psychologically what anchoring is, what priming is. This is not just a word they just arbitrarily use, but it is a specific word with a specific effect, and the effect is your heart. So guard your heart with all diligence. From thereof spring all the issues of life. So if you don't guard it, then you're going to be primed. Your heart is going to be anchored. And a wise man's heart is in the hand of God, and God is the one who turns it how he wants, not just any Midianite. Okay. So yeah, I'll end there. So guard your heart, and just don't go to sleep, but awaken to the knowledge, awaken to the wisdom, because the light of the wise is like the noonday that gets brighter and brighter. Yeah, just guard your heart, guard your heart.